What's up everybody? Today I'm here in Vientiane, the capital city of Laos, but I'm actually leaving to my next destination today on a high-speed train to Luang Prabang. So I want to take you on that journey with me. And the first thing to know about this is that the train station is actually like a 35 or 45 minute ride outside of the city, so I'm gonna have to call a car to help me get there. So I've been using this ride service app called Loca, and it says it's gonna be a 37-minute drive, and it's gonna be about 218,000 kip, which is like $10 US or so. And it looks like they're on the way now. Nice car. Hello. Made it here. We sat in silence the entire ride. Not too bad. There's already a major line to get into the station. And another important thing to know about this station and the high-speed rail in Laos in general is that it's called the Laos-China Railway, and it actually goes into China, and it was largely funded by China. So the railway stations and how it operates is very similar to the Chinese system, which is of course really, really nice. I lived there for 2 years, and using the high-speed rails was so efficient and easy. So it's kind of interesting to see how it is here. So they had pretty tight security just to get into the building itself. You had to go through a passport check, you had to show your ticket, and then also put your bags through the detector, and they would actually pat you down as well. I had a water on me, and they made me drink it to prove that it was safe. So it's pretty interesting that they have a high security, but I mean, it makes total sense. But the station itself is super nice. It's huge, and it looks brand new. The high-speed rail only started in 2021, so it's only a few years old at this point. Everything is like really high-end. I mean, check this out here. And they do actually have a good number of shops in here where you can buy drinks and snacks and everything. But look at this. They actually have a Dairy Queen in here as well. I was not expecting a Dairy Queen in this station. And to book my ticket, I actually used the Laos-China Railway app to do so. And I heard a lot of things online saying that you couldn't actually get the tickets through the app unless you had a local phone number, but that wasn't the case for me. All I did was put in my email address and it worked perfectly fine. And the ticket cost me 330,000 Laos kip, which is about 15 US dollars. Oh yeah, but that's one thing I forgot to mention actually, is that you can only book the tickets 3 days or fewer in advance through the app. So that's pretty inconvenient if you're a big planner and want to have it ahead of time. But if you use like a travel agency, I think you can book them further in advance, but with the agency you have to pay an extra fee on top of the ticket price. So I'm not sure how many trains run per day, but there's only 2 on the board right now. Vientiane to Luang Prabang at 9:50, which I'm taking, and then there's also one at 11:25. So it doesn't seem to be very frequent, but they seem to be very busy when they do run. The lines are moving now. Thank you. And now it says that I'm coach 12, seat 9D. So I guess I have to go this way to find coach 12. But this is what the train looks like though. So it does remind me a lot of my time living in China, and it's a really cool looking train. I really like that it's painted in the Laos colors. Now I'm just trying to find my coach. This one here is number 11, and I'm 12. And you can see the numbers here. This is 18. So I'm 9D. So I have a window. No, I have an aisle seat. These seats over here have a table where you face each other and eat meals. And right now I have no neighbor. We'll see if someone comes. So the boarding is pretty chaotic right now. People are struggling to find their seats and have a lot of luggage, and it's also really hot on this train right now. So hopefully they'll give us some AC going once we start moving or something, because I'm sweating already. Everything is in Lao, Chinese, and English, and then the sponsor is the Bank of China. And the train actually left 2 minutes early, so it said it was supposed to leave at 9:50, and at 9:48 we started moving. And this train trip only takes about 2 hours or so, which is crazy because the driving distance between Luang Prabang and Vientiane, I think is like 7 or 8 hours. So this really makes it so much more convenient for travelers and anyone going between these cities. All right, but here's the real question. How is the bathroom on the train? All right, let's give it a look. Yep, just what I thought. It is a squat toilet, just a hole in the ground. And there's one other thing I totally forgot to mention was that my ticket was a second class ticket for 330,000 kip. There's actually 2 levels above this one. I think there was a first class and then something else as well. And they were like double the price each time. So it was like 660,000. And I think the last one was in the 900,000s for the ticket. We made it. And honestly, 1, the ride was super smooth. And then 2, my favorite thing about it was the views were absolutely insane. I was just like watching in awe as we're going through the mountains, and it was so green and just really, really beautiful. Wow, look at this though. The first thing you see when you get out of the station here in Luang Prabang is just beautiful rolling hills, lush greenery. So I'm really excited to be here. And this is a look at the station. It looks almost identical to the one that was in the last city. So they really standardized the process, I think. All right, now I need to find my way into the city, and I know it's just like the last place where the station is pretty far outside of the city, so I'm gonna have to find like a bus or do another ride share. So I just found a guy here who's offering a public bus or like van basically for 40,000 kip a person. We have to wait for 8 people to join, and then we're gonna head to the city. So that was an extremely bumpy ride. The guy was swerving everywhere to avoid so many potholes in the road, but we have finally made it here to Luang Prabang, the city center. And that entire journey cost me around $27 US, like $10 to get a ride to the first train station, $15 for the ticket, and then another like around $2 to get that little van bus to the city center here in Luang Prabang. So we made it, and that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.